All right, I'm ready to go. Sorry, I wasn't ready. I threw you on a little B-roll from my drone library. Let's get it going here. What's going on? Welcome back to Infinite Ascension. Can I get my regular studio, guys, please? Thank you very much. Jesus Christ, putting me on the behind the scenes. Thanks, guys. Okay, well, now that the production team is somewhat going and we're ready to rock. Can you hear me out there? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? Don't worry about the intros. This is live stream. Live streaming, nothing matters. Anything goes, anything can happen. Things can go wrong and things can go wonderful. I'm not going to worry about it. I never do. I didn't even comb my hair today. I designed my haircut so I can go straight online for you. There's no time. There's no time to put the gel in. There's no time to blow dry. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to work with kind of like a fade-esque, short, messy kind of thing. You know, getting over yourself is really a hard part of this internet game. I mean, ultimately, you really can't give a shit. Because it's not about that. It's not about the vehicle. It's really about the authenticity. Is there true energy behind the words? And of course, my son wants to come in. Hey, buddy, come on in. You could be on my live show for the first time. Uh-oh, putting him on the internet. Oh my God. Can we put a 3 in the chat for this little guy? Can you put a 3 out there? Put a 3. Put a 3. You're online. Oh my God, there's so many people watching you right now. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, internet. Do you know what is the internet?
Yeah.
What? You're struggling, man. You need to work on your improvisation. Let's get going. Off you go. I gotta work. Mama will fix it for you. Come on, Mama. Okay. How you guys all doing out there? Welcome to the show. 12,000 of you. 16,000 and climbing. Amir, Ruzikesh, Manoj, D, Milosh, Dex, Ahmed, Daniel P, good to see you, buddy. Hope your client's locking in soon. Danielle, been a while. Good to see you. D, hey, buddy. This is my working time. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Let's go. I'm going to help you in 2 minutes. Hey. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love the parenting game. It's all blessings. It's all blessings. You know, all you gotta do is pretend you're like 93 years old. And you say to yourself, imagine I was 93 years old and I had this chance to come back to this moment. I'd be just fine with it. I'd be thrilled to be back in this moment. And that's the thing, is time and aging is really the ultimate factor in life, isn't it? It's if you don't really understand time and your brevity, you know, you're gonna miss the big picture. And that's why it doesn't matter if you comb your hair, right? It doesn't really matter. That's a made up thing. That's a made up thing. Oh, we got the chat on the screen. Well done, guys. You see my green screen's a little short, but well done. Oh, Frim. Crypto Plus. Crypto Plus. Welcome. First time joining live? Yeah. You know, I haven't been live as much in the last year. I was doing things like shooting that whale drone video. That was a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You never know where you're going to be. And that's an important part to realize. Sometimes you are preparing yourself for a moment that you can't predict, right? I'd been shooting drone videos for maybe 2-3 years already. Just so happened that I was on a little fishing trip, had the drone, didn't even pull it out. And then the boating fisherman guy was like, hey, I think I see a whale. You can see a little tip, right? A little tail. You can't see anything. I'm like, I'm going up, guys. I get out the drone. I launch the drone from the boat. I'm flying the drone while the boat is moving. I'm capturing 8 whales in one shot. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. And I'll play that video again with music. I saw someone was saying no music. Don't worry, guys. I got a lot of new production updates. There's going to be some kinks in the stream. You can't fight it. In fact, you got to love it. You know what I'm saying? We got a little side cam over here. We got a little behind the scenes over here. We can do the news, right? We can feature something, right? We got it all. We're working towards. You're always working towards. You're always iterating. You're always doing it. And I've done this before. I've been in this spot before. You know, and I have a lot of the assets already understood. I have a lot of the technical understanding of building out the different scenes. I think live streaming technology is very important to understand. I think it's so there for the taking. And I think that what's cool about live streaming is that you can really pre-edit, right? With a little bit of production, with a little bit of sound effects, right? You know what I'm saying? Can I hit some sound effects here? There you go. You can, if you get good at this medium, I believe that you'd have a lot of potential to really have high quality content without a lot of work. And that's the point, without a lot of work. Of course, great content often takes a lot of work. And if we can always do that, perfect. But if we run a little short on time, what are we going to do? Let's see what's going on in the chat. I'll try to be a little bit more chatty with the chat. Hey, Kevin, good to see you, man. It's been a while. Are you still in Vegas? I am contemplating moving to Vegas. I'd say there is a 3% chance I move to Las Vegas. I think it's on the list. I don't think, you know, like Canada is ultimately serving me to the highest based on the way I work, based on the way I'm building this business. I think it's important for me to get closer to the community, and Las Vegas is always a very central spot. So I think we would work into more live trainings and events, things that are a bit more intense. But hey, that's just a future vision. Also thinking about South America. Of course, I've considered back to Europe. Yeah, when you earn remotely, you really need to evaluate your tax landscape, right? Because if you can move, you can open up a brand new tax residency. And that means that if you're not an American, sorry, friends, you might have some advantages you can take care of. If you are American, you have a different set of advantages. You have the greatest economy in the world. You have way more opportunities in terms of jobs. It all balances out. LA? No, I don't think California is right for me. I don't think California is right for me. I'm not looking to overpay and to be around that type of energy. I would much prefer to be in Florida or Texas. If I was going to one of the bigger states that are more, prominent for industry work. I don't look at Las Vegas as the ultimate corporate landscape or the ultimate metropolis. I look at it as fun. I look at it as having a variety. I look at it as having great weather. I look at it as cheap real estate outside of the strip. I love Las Vegas personally. I don't have a gambling problem, so it's not really a dangerous place to take me. I don't drink alcohol very much. Not a dangerous place to take me. But there's a lot of money flowing through there. And we should recognize that, right? If we are going to be in client services, B2B, we have to recognize like we have an option, right? We can choose the sectors and industries to target. We can decide the level of clientele we desire to work with. So you have to open up all options. And that's what's so fascinating about remote income is you really can take a step back and reevaluate everything. Now it's difficult if you've got a big family. It's difficult if you have a lot of people who live in your region. That may be more important. And I've always said that I don't really want to be a digital nomad. What I want is ultimate flexibility and freedom to choose the highest quality living for myself. And that could mean different things, right? High quality living when I have children might mean something different from high quality living when I don't. And high quality living in a certain low interest economy might be different than high quality living in a high interest, weaker economy, right? You have to be flexible. You have to be adjusting, and you have to actually recognize that, there's a lot of discomforts in life, and the cycle of discomfort, and moving, being flexible, adjusting, it really softens the blow if you are remote capable. And it's just a tricky thing. I can't describe everyone's life in one sentence. We all have different fates and different situations, but I'm sure we're all ambitious and desire a great life for ourselves. Well, I'll just simply tell you that once you have remote income, you can design your life really from scratch. And I think it begins where you live and how much tax you want to pay. If you're an American, again, it doesn't apply. Pretty hard to get out of that. But if you think you're going to make over $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, there's a good chance you're going to pay up to $100,000 in taxes. That doesn't sound too good to me. And it really suggests that, hey, if I'm going to work 30 hours to make $500K a year as a business owner, and I'm going to pay $100K in taxes, technically, is there a way I could move somewhere else, work 24 hours, earn the same amount, not pay any taxes, but have a less burdensome life, or have more time and freedom to do something else? It's not so big of a deal paying taxes. It's more of a big deal that 20% of your life is spent working for someone else, in a sense, even though you're an owner of your business and you made that entire risk decision on your own. It's unfortunate. And I just think that taxes have gone so far awry. We're so far off base of what they're meant to be. And when you're in a world where people finally understand that you can print money at will, it certainly does seem a bit silly, doesn't it? Dubai, I don't think I can sell my family on Dubai. I think there's a lot of unknowns for them. I certainly see it as a city of the future, but I'm also not really looking to get into hyper high-end. I don't want to get into smart cities, really. I still want to have rural capability. I still want to go against the grain. Yeah, totally, Jasmine. Good to see you, Jasmine. It's been a while. I totally agree. If you're already there and you're established, not much you can do. But it doesn't attract the current talent. And, you hear all these stories from San Francisco as well, and you've seen LA homelessness. I've been there. I've seen it. And, hey, we got the same stuff going on in Vancouver. Vancouver's looking really poor right now. It's very awful. Tricky times, no doubt about it. We could definitely have a whole call about tricky times. We're in tricky times. It's one of those situations where people don't want to admit the times we're in, because that really means they have to change. They have to go through some discomfort, as I was suggesting. And that might not be huge discomfort. Maybe it's giving up a certain thing you like to eat. Maybe it's not going out as often on the weekends. Maybe it's not getting the new iPhone. I mean, the fact is there's less liquidity in the markets. It just means everyone has less money. It's a trickle-down effect. You just can't tell me any different. Unless your business is thriving right now, you simply have less money. You're being punished harder at the stores than you were 4 years ago. It's just the way it is. Nothing has been built back better at all. Nothing has been a success in the last few years. We have far too many old people operating these countries. It's an absolute travesty. We have some incredible people with incredible technology, and it's not being utilized. If it at all is being utilized, it's being utilized for control. Like, I want to talk about this one thing that I haven't talked about before, and I just think it's an interesting theory, and it's not even some special theory. What I want to talk about, and what I think is really wild, is the amount of cameras in society today. And I want you to try and imagine some sort of exponential graph that's going on with cameras right now. And what I think it comes down to is this: why is there more and more cameras every year? And I think we should ask ourselves why that is. Why would we want so many cameras? They look disgusting to me. They make your city just look god awful. Like, who's benefiting from all this? How many crimes are we really stopping from this? How many criminals are being caught from this? I just suspect it's not that strong, but that's not really my point. Clearly, we can look at it from a control state situation, but I want to go back a step because I think it's fascinating. What goes on with the human being is that there's always two parties to every deal. Everything is a deal in life, whether you're getting married, whether you're selling something, whether you're working a job. Everything is two parties meeting and trying to agree. Because assume for a second, like, families don't exist. Assume for a second bloodlines don't exist. Assume that, everyone's just their own unit. You can't trust anybody. How can you trust anybody? So society begins with like the meeting of two people, right? And an agreement. And then laws are created about those kind of things. But what happens is there's always one party who wants to watch what the other party's doing. And typically it's the more rich or wealthy person wanting to watch the less rich and less wealthy person do what they're doing in terms of the agreement. It could be, I work for you as a salesman. You want to watch how many times I work. So you have a camera in the office. You can track how many times I pick up the phone. You might be recording my screen. Let's say it's a parent and child, right? The authoritarian, the weaker unit, one needs to look after the other. They apply cameras in their house, cameras in the baby room, cameras in the preschool. I need to see my kid. I need authority over this. Let's say it's, I hire you as a freelancer. I don't know how you're charging me. I ask you to record your screen. I want to see what you're doing. You see how it's always in direction of the rich to sort of the non-rich, because they've essentially been contracted. I'd like to give you some of my riches and you will give me some of your time. And I'm concerned your time is not being used effectively for the amount of money I'm giving you. It's really kind of an easy thing to get. And so what comes from that, combined with the crossing of the low cost of cameras now, you're in a place where rich people say, well, let's just put a camera on everything. I can afford as many cameras as I need. Put as many as I need so everything in my life is recorded so I'm never wronged. That's what's happening. There's an individual desire to never be wronged and enough funds to purchase the technology in which the control layer can be created. And so then you have that happening at an individual worker, employer type level. And then you have it at a massive scale of government and people, which is wrong, by the way. That's not the purpose of the government. But they'll tell you that, oh, we'd like to observe this for your own benefits. And so when you look around, I'm going to give you a hint here. I got to be careful, though. When you look around in life today, when you look at the news, when you see the things happening, they're meant to make you want change. I think there's a very obvious thing happening in the States right now. There's technically a crime being committed and no one is concerned about it. And why is that? Why is that happening? Because what's going to happen is people are going to demand change. And so I'm just telling you that at the global scale, at the big scale, like first this happened at a very micro scale. The employer wants to watch the worker. But now the people want to watch the streets. They want to watch every corner, every alley, every building, every rooftop, every backstairs. Every frickin' Tesla has 19 cameras in it. Every phone has 4 cameras in it. Do you really think this is about camera technology? Or are we in this unusual phenomenon of desiring more cameras? And then there's the other person who hates cameras. And everywhere they go, they need to block them because this is unnatural. I don't know where this is going to go. But clearly, it's exponential. And there's very little incentive to stop because of the cost of the technology. And that's going to happen in a lot of industries. That's not the only area something like that would happen. When technology brings the cost of something to zero, and the technology I'd be referring to in this case is really hard drive storage, right? That's what powers cameras, is the storage to retain. It's not on tapes. It's in hard drives at Google. It's in hard drives at Amazon. That's the technology unlocking all of this. So the word I believe people have used is panopticon, right? So this isn't a new idea. It's not a new theory, but no one talks about these things. And if you don't observe it, you might miss what's going on in the world. You might misunderstand your place or what your opportunity is. Look, everyone here, including myself, has a long way to go in terms of their personal goals and ambitions. I'm sure of it. I don't think anyone here is born wealthy. I think everyone here desires to level up from where they were. I mean, I certainly do. So you have to kind of know your place. You don't want to think that all things are equal. You don't want to assume all things are equal. In fact, you need to stop thinking there is such thing as equality. And that's another trick. That's another mindset trick. You don't want equality. In fact, you should despise equality. Whenever someone brings up a social issue about equality, you should be secretly thinking in your mind, haha, these people have no idea how the world works. Of course, we would love equality, but let me ask you a very simple question. Would you rather have immensely great leaders or no leaders at all? I think it's a really simple way to look at this, because you cannot have leadership and equality in the same vacuum. Those two things are different. And the greatest times in life are when we have the greatest leaders, because life is complicated. Life requires a lot of risk. We're not all super strong. We're not all capable of defending ourselves. We're not all capable of thinking for ourselves. We're all, that's just the nature of the human race. And so we want certain people who are highly moral, highly ethical, highly trained, highly skilled, highly competent, highly courageous. When someone gets a mix of those things, we want them to stand up and be there for us because they're somewhat stronger for whatever reason. Like, just imagine you're a bee in a beehive. As long as you understand the global mission of the beehive, like, you're truly grateful for the strongest bees sticking up for you. But you see, in the individual world, in the society we live in, we're pushed to division, pushed to individuality, and you lose the sense of the hive. You have no sense of a hive, not even close. You barely have a bird's nest. You certainly don't have a hive. Your family ain't making any honey. Maybe one person is out working for some other hive, giving all their time and attention for that hive, right? But I think you get my point. Better check in with the chat like I said I would. Look, panopticon is real. Think about what that means. Think about that, how that affects you. Every car, dash cam, iCam, underwater data centers. Oh my goodness, yeah. Totally. Fascinating. Well, let's get to some learning, shall we? Let's get to some learning. Don't think I like the chat looking exactly like that. I'm going to bring it down a bit like this. Don't think we need it up as much. Let's bring it down here. Sometimes you just like to have the chat because it's a record, Looks like things are getting cut off. Yeah, this is too small. Okay, we'll have to look into that, fix that. Let's just turn it off for now. It's ugly. It's ugly.
Headshot.
Okay. Did you see that fantastic picture I used for the thumbnail? My God, it's incredible. Beautiful. I mean, look, I don't want to get too geeky or anything, but this is what's going to happen. Like, the perfection of images will be at a level that we've never seen before. It'll be so engaging when it's in video form. Think of the greatest movie you've ever seen and times it by 10. I think that we've not even begun to understand what entertainment can be for us when it comes to custom preferences, personal aesthetics, personal backstories and histories intertwined with the stories we're watching. I tweeted it so long ago when it was called Twitter. You will be in the movies that you watch. Looks like my screen is a little effed. Fix that. It's all good. All right, we're in Midjourney today. There's a new feature. Okay, there's a new feature. It's called Inpainting. Let's hop over to the Midjourney announcements. Can deep fakes ever be used ethically? Can deep fakes ever be used ethically? Oops, better hide my credit card. I was buying something right before I went online. Buying SaaS software. You know what I'm saying? Tool set, tech stack. Question is, can deepfakes ever be used ethically? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I think it's a very quick no. I think that all forms of advertising are already questionably ethical because most advertisements are lying, you know, and who started all that? Who let that happen? I mean, it's insane what you can get away with these days. And I just can't do it myself. I am a very ethical marketer. I try very hard never to embellish, lie. I don't. And I see it everywhere. And so deepfakes are just an extension of embellishment, right? But even worse, they're tricking people that someone said something that they didn't. And it's so impactful. It's so impactful. At least 20% of the people are going to be tricked, at least. And the other 80% are impressed upon either way. You're going to say, wow, Elon Musk said that? No, he didn't. It was fake. But it's already there. And unless you're consciously cleaning your library of memory, you just have no chance. It's a very dark future in that sense. And so you should know that the likely future to solve all this is some sort of unique fingerprint identity that essentially assures us it's an original piece of content from that person. I don't know how that looks. And I think that there's going to be some platforms that free speech says, hey, deepfakes are allowed. This is just free speech. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I would hope that we would also get some platforms where that's not allowed, where grandma can go because her niece or nephew explained, hey, listen, this technology is very strong. Okay? So yeah, that's a great question. I don't think deepfakes are ever ethical in any sense, shape, or form. And I think it's all time we go reset our passwords, fix our passwords. I think it's all time we go set a safe word with our family that's like, hey, if someone ever calls you and and says they're me and asks you for money, you say, what's this password? Or you say another sentence. You can have a fake question. You can say, are you still in Hawaii? And there's no way that person would know how to answer it, because the answer would be like, no, I'm in Maui, or no, I'm in California. And those would be secret passwords. And I think you need that because you're about to get scammed on the phone. I don't answer calls anymore. I don't answer phone calls anymore. There's just no one calling me enough. And hey, look, in our business, we call people too, and we don't get answers too, and that's fine. But there is going to be a trend to more authenticity around these things, and it's very easy to spin up a phone number and call anybody through automation. So you better go set your passwords. Make sure you're using unique passwords. A couple people in the rich and niche community. Can I get some focus, guys? What's going on here? Focus me in. Give me some focus. Come on. God dang it. Okay, I'm gonna have to sleep over here. What was I saying? Yeah, get your passwords fixed. I'm going to spend some time on mine. I know I've been reusing a couple passwords, and I typically use it for basic stuff when I'm just like, ugh, I don't really care if this gets hacked. But I think the problem is not that platform gets hacked. It's that they use your password and name somewhere else that makes sense, right? And so you want to be very careful. And I think the ultimate answer is two-factor authentication. If you're not using the Google Authenticator or Authy or whatever one makes sense, yeah. Any questions in the chat about any of this stuff, go ahead, let me know. Now's your chance. Today's the day. Get your questions asked. It's Tuesday. It's Infinite Ascension. It's time to skill up. So, Midjourney has their own Discord channel, right? And you can go in the announcements. Check it out. Vary region. This is the same as called Inpainting. It means you can generate a portion of the image by itself and only that portion. Now, this is not a great feature yet. And maybe Adobe still has the edge, even though that wasn't great either. Okay. So let's just try it. Because it's saying something about an editor will appear and let you re-roll a specific area of the image. Go vary region. Okay. Into the direct messages. I came up with something that you guys are gonna like, okay? Let me try it on a new aesthetic, okay? So I think like there's a great prompt called website hero image for XYZ. It's not it's kind of like modified background remover. It's more like you can design anything you want inside of it. Let's just try some stuff first. Let's just warm ourselves up. Let's make some images for like small local farms, okay? So local organic farm. So simple as that to start. Aspect ratio can go 16:9. But then also I like when you do stuff like this to come up and add sort of a preemptive spin tax. So using the curly brackets, let's go feature pig, feature cow, feature farmer, feature landscape. So let's spin this up real quick. So it's immediately going to give me 4 separate prompts. And I think it's just good for something like when you're working on hero images to go even more. You could have used something like the seed or the stylize, but sometimes you don't want stylization. You just want variety. So I really think people should really start getting to know this little feature right here. I mean, we saw our member decks feature this exact idea in a separate plugin not too long ago. I think it was called like Never Ending Midjourney. And it was great. I think this is an incredible feature because I can save time. I can do 4 prompts in the same time as one. And then within each prompt, I'm getting 4 variations. Okay, we don't have much style here, but this is pretty good. For a hero image, you really want that centered look. And I think that a lot of marketers are going to look for this. Aren't these fantastic? I mean, these could be really altered with the type of person to match sort of the demographic you're looking for. Okay, so let's go and work with the cow and let's try to in-paint a barn. Okay, so I'm gonna up-res this right cow right here. So we up-res him first. So the first process is always to choose the image and upscale it. Great, and now we have vary region. Okay, and I'm gonna select this area down here. I'm gonna put red feature cow, hero image, local farm, red barn in background. Okay, let's just try that. This does not work that well, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. But occasionally we're gonna get great uses out of it, and it's gonna only become better as data is stored and trained upon. So did you like the 16 outputs I got with just 9 seconds of prompting? I mean, these are great. These look great for website hero images, right? I can see a nice little box right here saying, you know, little itty bitty farm, you know, or greenpastures.com. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love the artwork here. This can work for any farm, right? When you take it out of reality and you add this touch of sort of animated sense, like you can really use this for a lot of different companies. Mountains in the background, maybe not. You know, you're not going to work with in Idaho or something and have a lot of mountains in the back, I don't think. But not loving these highly fake backgrounds here. But again, I didn't really give any stylization, right? Okay, here we go. It put another cow back there. It's pretty funny. This is pretty good, right? You can see right here, number 3. It did a pretty good job here. It's not red, but let's try it again. So let's take number 3 and see if we can turn the barn red. I don't know how I'm going to do that, and it'd probably be better to use that in a different app, but let's give it a go. Classic red and white barn in the background. One more time. I'm just showing you guys this brand new feature. This just came out like today or yesterday. I don't know when it was, but this is exciting. And so we've been incrementally building upon this. We've really covered a lot of different elements of Midjourney. We're pretty good on most of these. We've done zoom outs, we've done pans. You really just need the time into this. And for the digital marketers out there, you know, I also think you could quickly master this because you're a tool-centric person. I think you could also have clientele who want to hire you for AI images. I think you can become an AI artist. I think I could imagine where, let me just jump out for a second, explain this. If you want to get some really simple clients with, let me try that again. One of the fastest ways to get clients using the AI tool Midjourney could be going to people's websites who have really bad stock images or it's low quality and quickly whipping them up 4 basic images using the prompt and the aesthetic that makes sense for their business. Should we just try it out? We could. We'll do it in a moment, but let me just explain it further. We would build 4 images for them and just email it over to them or send them some sort of screenshot or link, whatever, free stuff. You could even start by saying, hey, I created some AI images for you. You mind if I send it over? They're free. You can use them on your website. So similar to our normal outreach. And then you could take advantage of that spin tax and quickly create 30, 60, 90 images a month for people with very ease. So once you knew their aesthetic, let me give you an example. I'm going to pop into my workspace. Leonardo, just haven't tried it. When the tools are this good, you don't want to get bogged down with just trying tools. You want to gain mastery and go as deep as possible. And to me, ChatGPT and Midjourney have not been overtaken, although I do know there are competitors out there. Like, go to this community right here. Look at this. In order for the SaaS to survive, you need immense usage in a world like this. And you look at this community and this kind of engagement, like this is a great tool. And they're going to be able to really optimize it for what people really want. Everyone else is just playing catch up. Maybe they can make something else interesting on the way, but in the long run, it's going to be hard to overtake these giants. Okay, it did not do a good job of the red barn. The only thing I can think about doing is coming back here, trying one more time, and this time putting the prompt at the beginning. So we'll try it one more time. Oh, cool. You can kind of make extra boxes. Oh, that's kind of cool. Is there any way of deleting? There doesn't seem to be a way of deleting. And there's a lasso tool too. And there's an undo tool too. Okay, that's very nice. That actually is really cool. That's a cute little lasso right there. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay, let's try one more time and let's put the information at the beginning. Feature cow in foreground. Failed to post due to non-JSON response. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's just take that out. Let's come back one more time. I'm not going to waste people's time looking at this. As we can see, Inpainting is not ready for all use cases. But I would love to try it in other areas so I could get a sense of when it does work well, you know? Like, I don't know when to use it. I don't know how big of an area to use. I think they recommended 20 to 50%, so this is too small. Okay, we're having some issues here. We'll come back to this another time. Okay, what I wanted to talk more about was doing massive images with an aesthetic. I'll just use my own. Okay, so imagine I'm working for my own business. I figure out the aesthetic. So I can quickly go to someone's website, grab an image, ask Midjourney to describe it, and take that and work with that until I generate something I like. Okay, so this is typically a lot of the words we use in our core aesthetic. Futuristic, cyberpunk, neon, art by Mike Winkleton, CG Society, psychedelic art. But like I said, I think that you can quickly come up with the obvious photos you would need. Like, first I might start with people, right? Close up male. Close up female. Wide shot group of people. Hero. Let's just start with that. So you would kind of come up with these standard words and you would mix it with an aesthetic and you'd have basically image packs. And so you could serve someone 100 images a month, 30 images a month, 10 images a month. Those could be your tiers. I don't know what's going on with Midjourney right now. Clearly there's something wrong with the server. I'm just going to try and I'm going to refresh first. I'm going to check the status in the Discord. But do you get what I'm saying? There's an opportunity right now to serve all the businesses who would like some AI photos. Don't make them as stylistic as mine. Like, tone the stylistic down. Make them hyper realistic, or, you know, imagine, try again. Hero, male, female, group. I'm just going to keep it simple for now because I'm just trying to prove a point. So you would come up with, let's say, 1,000 words or 300 words, just like I'm doing. Wide shot male, wide shot female, top down male, top down female, like all of the potential looks. You would then get into different demographics: younger, older, black, white, Asian. Why not? Mixed demographics. Why not? You can. So then there's like office shots, like generic shots. There's working with people, one-on-one shots. There's like consultation looking shots. There's boardroom looking shots. I think that's an idea. Or an add-on to any of your existing clients. Hey, are you looking for a bunch of AI images? I can get you 30 images for $89 a month. I don't know. I'm not sure the right price. Maybe it's more than that. You'd have to test it out. But it's one of the easiest things that people don't really want to do for themselves. Even how easy I'm showing you this, it's easy because we kind of understand the system. People are going to be a little bit concerned. What is going on? Frustrating. But that's the point of it. Let's go back to Midjourney, check the server status. Nothing. So, not sure what's going on. But I think we've reviewed what is new. We've reviewed what is new. Let me take you guys into a new tool. I'll take you over to Write Sonic. It is another great AI tool that I've discovered that I think is worthy of most companies' usage. Let me just figure this out for a second. Got to figure out that focus. Okay, Write Sonic is basically an AI writer. Very solid. It also comes with a bot, which I haven't used much, but trying to figure it out. It's kind of grown a lot since they launched this. AI Writer 5.0. So I think that the basic way to use this is to just search directly here. So let's say I wanted to search keeping your organic vegetables fresh. Let's see what it comes up with. So what happens first is it searches Google. And it looks at the top results and it basically invites you to select which articles you want. And then it will basically base the article off of that. So you're essentially getting an article made from the best articles as reference points. So you give the AI some of the best info to start with, and then you can also add additional reference files as well. And the more articles you select, the more expensive it is. So I have credits up here, but the more you select, the more information you're giving it. So let's give it all 8 here. There's 9, all of them. We'll select next. Now the article's over here. I can give it extra information. So this is for my website, you know, California greens. We sell organic salad mixes. Keywords: organic vegetables, fresh vegetables, whatever. You can enhance your SEO by giving it. There's already a brand voice. It's my own business. We probably wouldn't use it for this article, but I'm just going to leave it because it's not that much detail. It's just basically like, you know, write professionally, make it easy to understand, this kind of stuff. I don't even know what it says anymore, but whatever I submitted, I was fine with. So I'm going to click generate article. So this is like part of the modern content writer's process, right? Now, what I would do is I would mix GPT with this, and I would either go one way or the other. I would start with this, and then I would go into GPT and ask it to expand and paraphrase some of it. Or I would start with GPT and ask GPT for an outline, and then maybe I would use the outline as sort of the mini article. So let's say I had a huge article about mastering organic vegetable management, and it's like storage, harvesting, selling, whatever, right? Maybe each one of those segments is in a bigger super article, and then I use Write Sonic to write these individual articles. I just love AI, you know, how it's like, hey, you know, go have a coffee, I'll write all this for you, you know? Go take a break, go play some catch with your kid, I'll do all this for you. I mean, this is the future. Like, yes, I know when I write digital marketing articles, I should probably write things that are very cutting edge. That's the most likely for things to read. But then there's this huge other market called beginners who know nothing, and they're still trying to understand the very basics. And then in industries like this, it's like this information is tried and true. Everyone should have this information on their farming website because it's free organic information you're providing to the internet to get free traffic to buy your products. This is not an opinion, my friends. I'm pretty sure this is damn accurate. So it's not stealing. It's not, copying. This is a new war. This is a new game. You need to find the perfect balance of truth, trendiness, and relatability, and efficiency of creative and production. That's just the way it's going to be. And even your strategy should consider this. This may mean your blog shouldn't be cutting edge. Maybe your blog should be a database or a knowledge base or like a wiki. And you treat your website more as like a niche wiki of all the standardized information laid out perfectly, instead of thinking, oh, what's this new interesting blog I can write this week? You feel me? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel me, if you're even alive. Shout outs. Where do I see that? Dang it. Can't see a lot of the participants right now. By the way, also streaming on Twitch right now, I think. Oh my God. Oh my God, are we also on Twitch TV? Haven't been on Twitch TV for like 2 years. Thanks, Jasmine, for writer. We'll check that out. Twitch is such a cluster. Oh my God, what the hell is going on here? Where's my own channel?
Reset me!
Where's my own channel?
I'm cooked. Thank you, Infredbird, for the
Oh my God. It's like some humans out there are so energetic, so crazy, and able to put on these like crazy ass 10-hour streams day after day. I don't know how they do it, but Twitch has been growing. How they do it. Hey, there I am. Twitch has been growing. So why did I go on Twitch? I don't know. Oh, I know. Okay. The short reason is that Twitch clip creation is really easy. And I want my team to be able to clip clips from Twitch as well. And they have a cool tool called Cross Clip. And it's a cool way of editing videos where basically you put 2 squares on the screen. Like I'd put a square around me and then I'd put a square around the video. And then it can mix those in a vertical format and it can line it up really easily. So it really helps you take widescreen gaming style or like camera in the bottom style and compressing it into a single vertical video. I see I've got some chatters on Twitch. My goodness, I'm so sorry. I think I've been neglecting you. I don't even know how to see the Twitch chat from my Streamlab browser. I'm getting so old and incompetent. Alma and King Anime hanging out in the Twitch chat. Guys, we're also live on YouTube. I've got to start saying that. I've got to start telling people that. I was talking about Midjourney. I'm streaming on YouTube, but again, I just wanted to turn on Twitch today so I could get that really effective clip management going on because we are trying to increase. Okay, so we got an 830 word, extend the freshness with this nice 4-piece images from Pixabay. Eating organic vegetables is a great way to boost your health, blah, blah, blah. Washing, storing. Okay, not bad. But then now what you can do is go into the Sonic editor. We're not done. We're not done. Excuse me. Now what I can do is, let's say, storing leafy greens, the best temperature and, what's that word? Humidity is, and then I'm just gonna press write with AI. Right, so if I am a bit of an expert, I might know, oh, you left this out. Let me make this article more interesting. Let's see what this does. Perfect. Do you see how I'm writing here? Like, you customize it by adding things that weren't initially added. And then you can also use ChatGPT to refine, right? Okay, so let's say I'm here. I have this now. I mean, it's all up to you how you design your articles now. It's all up to you to decide like what's your strategy, but we're all in this new landscape where you cannot deny the productivity, right? Rewrite this to make it more authoritative and fun at the same time. I don't know, right? Okay, so I'm just going to work on this one little section. And that's the thing. I think the great article writers are still writing by hand, everything. I think the worst article writers are just copy pasting. And then I think the people who are doing the most basic AI, like ripping basically, that's on the low scale. I think what gets you back up to the high scale is a mix of using GPT, right, Sonic, or any other tools, but then also using them to evaluate the work, to rewrite the work, to ask it, hey, is this even a good article? What can I add to this article? And forcing it to come up with ideas. So this is a little bit too funny, but it started with ladies and gentlemen, gather around the vegetable crisper for the grand guide. Okay, it's a little bit off, but I think you can see the point is that when you work with two platforms, you can get something pretty fun. Let's say, tone down the funness and simply make this readable for grade 4 level. And you don't have to worry about typos with GPT-4, right? You can just say whatever you want and it can figure it out because that's how it reads. It doesn't read the full word. It's anticipating the word it thinks it is. So you can make a lot of spelling errors, and sometimes it will bring it up and ask you, hey, is this what you meant? But a lot of times it says, I think I know what you mean. Okay, well, here's a social post anyways, right? You could be making the social posts and writing the article at the exact same time. So there's a strategy there, right? It's like while I'm writing the article, I'm going to just go back and forth and I'm going to grab social posts and that's going to promote the article. Fine, great, good idea. I think we're kind of illustrating that there's some mixes here that we can use, that we can work with. Okay, so I showed you the curate and write. I showed you the Sonic editor, and we could keep going, of course. When you're ready, when you're all done, just go on up here and share your document as Word, or just go ahead and control, copy, paste all. It's going to go right into your Notion database without a single hiccup. And if you want, grab it all, come back on over and say, can you evaluate this article and find ways to improve it? Certainly. Great. The article is structured well, covers essential topics like the basics. However, it could benefit from diving into more subsections, adding an intro and summary. Some areas are repeated. So the real ballers of AI are going to be constantly using the AI to create and to reflect. I've helped you. You've worked with me to create. Now I want you to self-reflect on what you created. See if you can do a better job. And that's also important because when you're prompting AI, it doesn't always get it 100%. And so what you can do is craft a really complicated prompt and then just check in at the end and say, hey, did you follow the instructions I gave you correctly? Can you check? And then it might even say, oh, I actually forgot to do this. I didn't do this part. Happy to take on any questions. Question in the chat is, where is the cyber office based? That's a good question. I don't think we've revealed our location. Daniel P says, incredible. I will use this to write an article for my new client. Exactly. Exactly. Can we help you do that? Can we help you do that real quick? Right? Sonic costs money. This ain't free. So you could start with GPT. You could pay for GPT-4. You could get a plugin. And you can search for a plugin that maybe goes to a websites. Okay, so if you want to do this for cheap, $20 a month, right? Sonic, I paid $200 for the full year. I can't remember. You can get a website interaction plugin so that you could talk to his website exactly as it is. That could be fun. Or you can just start from scratch. And if you want to use GPT 3.5 for free, you can absolutely do that. I would say, what are the top 3 things customers think about when they hire a funeral home, which I believe is our viewer's client? Okay, so here's some research for you. They think about reputation and credibility, range of services and customization, transparency and pricing. Okay, so based on those, can you help me write the copy for the homepage of my new funeral website? Okay, so start with just some copy if you want. You can bring some new copy. Okay, and you should obviously adjust this, right? I wouldn't bring it as is. I would go through and see, does this make sense? See, now, can you please write a 1,000-word article that would help me get traffic from Google using the keyword things to know before hiring a funeral home? Let's see what happens. GPT 3.5 is incredibly fast. Okay, so we can just use GPT for a lot of these basic things because nothing has changed in the last many years. And that's what makes an industry like digital marketing a lot more difficult, because people are looking for the cutting edge. There's no such cutting edge in the funeral home industry. All right? So here's a very basic idea you could bring. Now, what would I do? Perfect. Watch this. Now I'm going to go into Midjourney. Okay? I'm going to go imagine. And I'm going to imagine funeral home stock images. And I'm going to just make a quick spin tax with a few words: reputation, personalization. I don't know if this is going to work, but this is how I think about these things. It's like, okay, how can I combine all these tools and present my client something really quickly? And how can I deem myself as clearly an authority in the eyes of my client such that they want to pay me simply to retain me because they realize I know more than them? So even if I'm not able to produce something instantly, they realize there's value in working together. And I think that's what you can do with little things like this. I think once you're getting paid, maybe you have to spend a bit more time on it. I wouldn't just whip out an article just like that. But if I was just trying to impress my future client, I believe AI can help us stimulate these types of things. Now, it seems like this is going really slow, so I'm just going to do one of these again because I don't understand why the batching isn't working, but I just want you to know that you could spend the money on this tool because maybe their images, it's not that they're lacking, but they need more. And for this purpose of this article, my idea was to produce just a bunch of images really quickly that can match my article, because adding images is important. Queue is full. Dang. Yes, ChatGPT can write incredible prompts. And if you just know a basic pre-prompt to help you, I agree. I love that idea. And I believe that, it's only a matter of time until like those things are really integrated. Wow. So I don't know what's going on. I can't see any images. It's very unfortunate. But my point is that if you just use these as keywords in the spin tax in Midjourney, you would be able to quickly add 10 photos to this article and make it 3 times as good, because every photo is a chance for more alternative text, which adds more keywords. And people are going to be on your article longer if you add images because it's easier to scroll through. Did I demonstrate that well enough? I hope you guys get it. Put a 5 in the chat if you were able to figure out what I'm talking about. Whatever I was creating before was offline. I don't know why it's not even showing up now after I re-upped. Okay, so clearly that is a sign of the multi-seed prompt or the multi-keyword prompt, the spin text prompt. It's not really ready to use at mass scale, and you might still want to go use Endless Midjourney, which I think I called it incorrectly. I think Endless Midjourney is the right name. But the idea of AI creation is completely here. And it's a mix of text, video, image, and a mix of prompting. Prompting isn't the text. Prompting, it's a different form of communication. You got to fix that chat GPT. You got to fix that. You're gonna program your computer to forget GPT and GBT. Yeah, it's a funny one. How do you make sure it doesn't look like it's written by AI? Why would you want that? Why not? I'm pretty sure AI is a better writer than 90% of the people in this world. So I'm not worried about that. And that's exactly why Google said we're not going to penalize AI, because they realized in the future it's all AI. You see, in the future, my friends, there are no such thing as jobs. The world of 3,000, the world of 2,400, wherever, I don't know, there's no such thing as jobs, really. There's only experiences. And some experiences may pay you, and some experiences may cost you. But in the end, all work will be done by robots. All work will be done by computers. That is my strong belief. People will not work. The idea of work will be gone. The idea of being a human will have completely fundamentally changed. And I don't know if that matters. If this is a simulation, I don't really care what happens, because it's just a simulation. If this is base reality, I am deeply concerned. But I don't believe this is base reality. I believe this is a simulation. If you ask me to pull a lever, and in that lever, I could prove that this was a simulation, but if I was wrong, I would evaporate. If this is base reality and I pull the lever, I would evaporate. I think I'm willing to pull it. It's not a big deal, because then at least everyone else in the world knows. If only I know, maybe I wouldn't do it. Maybe I don't need to. Because see, that's where we're at in life right now. Everyone's talking about this and that, and everyone's talking about, I need some money here, and I'm going to get a job here, and I went to school here. You guys don't even know if you're in base reality, and you don't even know why to ask that question. So we're a long ways away from really solving many of the true issues. So the reason you might assume this is a simulation is simply because of the power of technology. All technology goes to infinite. All technology meets the singularity in the end. And in the singularity, a simulation is easy to create. Right now, everything I'm saying is simply a generative AI within a larger system. And that in our small simulation system, we've just discovered generative creativity for ourselves as generative creatives. I am not real. I am generated. Do I feel real? Yes. Do you think I'm real? Yes. But if this is a simulation, I am generated. And I have discovered as a generated being how to generate more. And my generations that I create as a generated being may supersede or become even better than what seems to be in our own world, but probably not. Probably there's a hierarchy, right? This simulation is 60 frames per second. This simulation is flawless HD. We cannot see any glitches. And that's why people think it's base reality. And I understand that, and I'm okay with that. And I'm willing to have some percentage of my belief that this is base reality. But I don't think it is base reality, because I think that the likelihood that we survive base reality is very unlikely. Whereas I think the likelihood that we're in a simulation very far into the future is very likely. You see, we might be talking as if we think we're in 2023, but the real base reality humans could be way further ahead, millions of years ahead. And this simulation has a feeling of time. And if you ever ask yourself, sometimes it feels like time's going faster. Sometimes it feels like time's sped up. I don't ever say that. I don't ever feel that. I can know as a human being, my emotions can dictate how I feel about time sometimes. I can be tired. I could be exhausted. So many things happen. Oh my God, time is flying. I think it's all the same. But my point is, if that is true, if some people are right and they're like, is time going by faster? It really speaks to the idea that we're just on some CD-ROM somewhere spinning around. So let me just get it really clear, because I think there'd be some people sitting there be like, I still don't understand why this is a simulation and how you could ever come to that. If technology is so powerful, what I'm demonstrating to you here and why this is such a crux of humanity, if this is base reality, is we're creating things that feel so real, that are created inside of a piece of software through the connecting of multiple pixels, happening in near real time. It's so exciting. It's so life-changing. It suggests that if we keep doing this, one day we'll be able to create a simulation so real that the characters inside appear so real. They think they're so real. They have their own entire life stories that have happened in the blink of an eye. But for them, it was an eternity. For them, it was a life. So either we're in base reality or it's a simulation. That's it. If it is base reality, we have to be very cautious with what's happening ahead, because we are literally in control of humanity's one chance to get this right. And I don't think they're getting it right, personally. But I am not that influential, so what does it matter? If this is a simulation, you won't know. Just like Super Mario doesn't know he's in a video game, he believes he has free will. We think, we don't know. And that's what's interesting as we approach super AI, general intelligence. Will the AI try to trick us and tell us it doesn't want to die? That's what's going to happen. And I think we saw that in the movie called Ex Machina. That artificially intelligent beings may approach such a level of understanding that they truly believe they are real, just like we truly believe we are real. Now, we probably came out of another human, and that likely makes us real, non-robotic, but that doesn't make this not a simulation. You could absolutely have every possible, because in VR land, anything's possible. So you're really just waiting for the crossover where we cannot really tell the difference between the real world and the virtual world. That's a dangerous time, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. The team finally came back. Okay, remember what I was saying about male, female? Like I quickly got so many new images, hero, group. Like I got so many new images so quickly just by using the spin tags. It took a while. Here's your funeral home stock. Okay, upres 2. Zoom out 1.5. Got to be careful. Got to be really careful. You are in a sensitive industry. You got to be very careful. Okay. Taking a look at this. Is there any perceivable flaws in the coffin? I would say that is the danger. And I don't quite see any. But I'm on the verge. So this image might not actually make the cut. I would just ask it to go more realistic. Okay, so we had a bit of a zoom out. I don't know if that was correct. I think it sort of takes a bit of the detail out, but yet keeps the feeling there. Okay? So like I said, my idea was simply that these images would match the article we had, right? So reputation matters. Here we go. Maybe one of these pictures that just features absolute authority in the space. Okay. Down here, personalization. Scroll down. I don't know how they interpreted this, and you could do a better job than me. But my point was that how quickly you could mix and match an article with custom images. You have to do the custom images. And you can't just do stock AI anymore. Stock photography is absolutely crushed. That industry is about to take a massive, massive, massive hit. But I see that the top player will do something different. The top player will turn their site into a generative stock photo. And you'll be able to click on the photos they have and quickly create new ones. Something like that. Ooh, great. This is good stuff. Okay? This really speaks to it. Now, I don't think your company looks like this, and that's a problem. But this is an article. This isn't your website. Okay? Keep that in mind. And nothing prevents you from saying AI imagery. You know why? No one cares. The point of the image is to add context to the writing, not to be original art. Ask yourself this: what would happen if I made 50 articles in the next 30 days like this? What if I went all in on anything? My niche website, my passion project, my client project, my own personal brand, my own diary journal blog. This is a traffic strategy. People will come in through AI articles and they'll stay for your top best articles or other content that you may have or other services you have. People are still searching for how to do things. So if you have a how-to product, endless content, endless AI content, just driving people. Every blog post has a sidebar. The sidebar is what's key. The AI article is about giving people one piece of information that they were searching for on Google that you happen to position in the best way with the best title, with the best keywords. They come in, 100 people come in, 3 people buy something. It's just a very simple system. And that's the news on Midjourney. See you next week. Same rich time, same rich channel. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not going yet, but I am counting it down. Last chance to get your questions in. Hope you enjoyed today's little chit chat on some various topics. Clips team, hope you got my back. Twitch guys, pick it up. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you back next week for Infinite Ascension. I'm leaving these few replays up on YouTube for a while till a few more people know what I'm up to. Let me just explain. richandniche.com has a great new membership offer. We have 3 tiers. Go to richandniche.com to see them right now. You can get all of my courses for as little as $57 a month. Yes, you have to pay monthly, and if you end, you would lose them. But I'm trying to meet people where they're at. Okay, if you want to own the courses, we still have that at a higher price as well. But if you just want to rent them for a while, do that. Our $97 membership plan includes a lot of great features. First of all, you get a Go High Level sub account right then and there. That's worth $97 a month. You're also going to get access to my private tool called Crow. It's a conversion rate optimization wizard. It's going to help you get clients as a freelance marketer. It's still in development. It's been out for a few months. Just watch where it goes in a few years. It's going to be the ultimate tool for freelance marketers. It just takes time. So we have the great membership offers. We've really tried to make this better. And members also will be getting a feature profile on our website very shortly. It's very close to being launched. Every member that has a membership with us will be featured. You'll have your own little web page, which means you'll have a link to your website. So one day I'll be driving our business clients to this page where they can see all of our members and their different specialties, rates, and locations. By the way, if you are a member and you haven't filled out the information inside the Crow app, go to crow.io and fill it out. And if you guys want, if you're here, go ahead and check it out yourself. It's free right now. It won't always be free. And you do get a very limited account to start off with. But for members, you can fill out the personal information in the back end, and that is the information that will populate your profile. So your hourly rate and that kind of information will be synced between your Crow app and your member profile. I think that's cool. Your member profile will give you a backlink to your website, which will boost your SEO. Your member profile will have a little bio. It will likely also show badges of your accomplishments in our academy over time. If you finished a course and completed the exam, if you went to a lab, if you achieved a certain community level. I mean, we're really building out powerful elements of gamification, achievements, rewards. We give away currency. We're going to probably bring out hats soon. Want people to have hats, so you can probably buy that through your niche coin currency. What else can I share you? That's about it. But the membership is such a no-brainer price point, and we're trying to build a community. We're trying to be not just about information. So whatever we can do to improve the community, we're going to be doing. We're going to be spending a lot of time improving the Discord in the next few weeks. We've already made some good changes. A lot more big ones are coming. We're going to bring back the marketing simulation channel where I ask you a simulation question. Lots on the horizon. More videos on the horizon. But these live calls, they're really for me to create clips. Eventually, I'll have interviews. I'd like to start interviewing some of the top online business owners. I'd like to call that the lifestyles of the rich and niche. So I'd like to interview successful niche business owners, pick their brains. We have a bunch of courses coming out in the next quarter. We have GPT for marketers. We have Midjourney for marketers. Those are the definite 2. So a lot of things I've been teaching you, I'm refining it and putting it not just into a course format, but to really give you the key resources that make this stuff a lot easier. Like, you get a lot of people on Twitter and stuff, and they'll send you this thing that's like, hey, get 150 of my GPT prompts. That's not really that useful. You have to know how to build a prompt from scratch, and more importantly, you need to know how to store your prompts for iteration. You want to be able to quickly establish your primary prompts and go back to them, but you also want to be able to adjust them as time goes on. Because a lot of times you'll be in ChatGPT and you'll use your master prompt, but you'll think of a new idea and you'll go quickly do an adjustment in ChatGPT. You need to have a system where you go back and you store that iteration. It's going to be very important to link the prompt with the work. so that if you want more of something similar, you can go back. And if there's a problem, you can identify which prompt led to that. So my courses for these AI tools will be very low cost. They're very short. They're really about getting people up to speed who've been skipping out on these calls and not paying attention. They're about giving you the critical knowledge on the critical features that you just can't seem to train yourself up on. And they're going to be a small set of resources that make you a professional, similar to the way I've done with other things. It's not about giving you every prompt in the world. It's about teaching you how to master prompts for yourself and build out your prompt library. I don't see it any other way. You cannot just grab people's random prompts and copy paste. That doesn't work. That's low quality. You're going to get terrible results. You're going to get similar results to other people. You have to learn how to create master prompts, one-time master prompts, and chain of thinking master prompts. So there's some prompts that could be done in a single prompt. Some prompts require you to follow up with what happened in the first prompt to continue on. That's how I see it. That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm doing right now. Nothing else. So I hope you've been enjoying it. Love to see you inside the academy if you're not. Feel like the Discord's been doing pretty well for the summer. And I think it's going to get even better. More engaged, more fun stuff happening. Farewell, everyone. Have a great day. Did you guys get 20 likes? Did you do it? I didn't even see. I guess I'll see after the call. Well, I hope you did. What we should do is this. Something like everybody who comes and leaves a comment can get niche coin, maybe. And then if the video does really well, everyone gets a bonus niche coin who's a part of it. So one of my ideas, I don't know, tell me if this is a good idea. We really build the channel as a community effort to some degree, the YouTube channel. And we look at it like, you know, I know this is hard for some people and they would say, oh, Rich, you're benefiting too much from this. And I can see that, but just hear me out. We are not the #1 digital marketing channel. There are 5 to 20 people ahead of us. Now, whether they're the same as us is a good question. They might actually be like a business. It's something different. We probably only have like 6 to 8 competitors who do something quite similar to what we do. And we're ranked, you know, around 8th, 9th, or around 25th, 30th if you calculate every single company who discusses digital marketing. Like, would you consider SEM Rush as my competitor? Maybe, right? Maybe. I don't know. My point is what we could do is sort of try and build a mentality that it's a community channel, and what we could do is reward people if we succeed. I don't know. I just see it like, let's say we post a great video once a week and we prepare really well with the premiere and we give people a heads up and we just say, look, go watch the video, like the video, comment on the video. You're going to get 4 niche coins, $2. I don't know. And if the video crosses 10,000 views, you're going to get a bonus 4 coins. Something like that. I mean, we can't give away a lot. It's just watching a video. But I'm trying to figure out if we should include the community a little bit more. I mean, when Gary Vee was really popping, he had 60-second club. Turn on notifications, leave a comment in the first 60 seconds, and we'll pick a name and we'll reward you with something. I believe those are good strategies because everyone still can get something. Everyone's a part of it. But like I said, maybe we need to make it about channel as a community growth thing, and maybe we need to set some sort of community rewards. Like when the channel hits 25,000 subscribers, X something happens. I don't know what that is yet. I just started thinking about this, but I've really never taken YouTube too seriously. I don't. And I think that's why we'll call it moderately successful. I don't take it that seriously. Do I want to put up lots of videos? Sure. But if I don't feel like putting up videos, I don't. I don't look at my analytics. I don't track my revenue. I don't know which video did better and why. I don't look. Partially because I don't have the time. Partially that's not my nature. Partially I don't know if that helps, because what happens is you start making videos purely for the sake of that. And sometimes you miss the mark. And people like the way I make videos, so I don't want to stop it too much. Yeah. Cold call live stream, it's definitely been thought of. I think I need the right offer that I'm actually willing to service. And if someone wants to help me with that, sure, I'm willing to cold call people. I think it's fun. Well, 96 minutes and 45 seconds. That sounds like a live stream to me. Thanks so much for enjoying the content. Don't forget to like it before you leave. Leave a comment below. What did you learn today? What would you like to see next time? What's a pop-in tool you want me to review?